I thought my biggest problem in golf was my swing. Turns out it wasn't. After my first lesson, I found out I'd been making a mistake before I'd even started to swing. And once I changed it, everything started to make a lot more sense. So, today I'm breaking down exactly what I learned, what changed, and whether it actually improved the numbers. Hello there, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Rubbish Golfer Tries to Improve Their Game. The first video was all about testing my distances, what I thought I could do versus what I did. And if you remember, this is what I thought I would do. This is what I actually did. So you can see there's a massive discrepancy, and what I learned basically in the first session was my longer clubs need to stay in the bag. I can't hit anything consistently below sort of an 8 iron, and I need to go and get some lessons. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to get my first lesson. So I bought a package of 5. I get a half-hour lesson with the pro. He'll give me some stuff to work on. Then I get another half-hour in the sim. So I'm not going to film the lesson or anything because, you know, I feel that's a bit of an invasion of his privacy, but what I'm gonna do is film the range session afterwards, and I'm gonna see if the tips he gives me made a difference. And I asked him, what's the best frequency? How should it work? And he recommended that I should aim to get 2 rounds and 2 decent range sessions between each lesson to give me an opportunity to build in the tips and tricks he's gonna help me with. So I'm really optimistic. I'm gonna be really engaged. I'm really hoping that, you know, I can get something really good out of it. I've told him that I want to break 100. Now, what I've been scoring has been on the red tees, and I've recently moved to yellow tees. So I was getting like between 106 and 110 on reds. I moved up to the yellows and I'm in the 120s. So a lot of work to be done. In fact, I'm gonna redo the goal because I was trying to break 100 on the reds. I just had a thought. I'm going to aim to break, as I'm getting 120 on the yellows, I'm going to aim to break 110 on the yellows. That's the next goal. Once I've done that, then we've got the work to break 100. And we go from there. I'll drive home and I'll give you a bit of a summary. So thanks a lot. Catch you in a bit. Bye. So I've just had my half-hour session with a pro, and it's been really good actually. So I started off and I was getting about 100 yards carry, traveling about 110, 115. After he showed me a few tips, I got to 140 carry, which is insane. So what have I learned? So first of all, my stance. I was a lot closer to the ball before, which meant I wasn't getting my body through. Now I'm coming back. It's taking a bit of adjusting to. So that's the first thing. So, at this point, I was explaining everything I'd learned from my first golf lesson. Unfortunately, I was also explaining it to absolutely nobody. Somewhere between setting up the camera, hitting the balls on the sim, I'd managed to turn off my microphone. So, instead, you get in the voiceover version. So, going into my first lesson, I genuinely had no idea what I was going to be told. Like most golfers, I spent plenty of time watching YouTube videos, picking up tips here and there, and generally trying to diagnose my own swing. I tend to hook the ball quite a bit, so I assumed we'd be looking at swing mechanics, club path, body movement, or something technical happening during the swing itself. What surprised me was that we barely started there. The first thing we looked at was my setup. It turns out I was standing far too close to the golf ball. At first it felt incredibly strange standing further away, it almost felt wrong, but after a while I adjusted to it and the strike immediately started to show signs of improvement. The second thing we changed was the ball position. Before the lesson, I had a different ball position for almost every club in the bag. As the clubs got shorter, the ball gradually moved further and further back in my stance. What surprised me was how simple my coach wanted things to be. Rather than having lots of different things to remember, he moved me to a much more consistent setup throughout my irons, with the ball sitting roughly 30% towards my front foot and 70% behind it. The goal wasn't to make things more complicated, it was the actual complete opposite. Make the setup repeatable, make it easy to build consistency. The final thing we worked on was grip pressure, and he used this great analogy that immediately clicked with me. Imagine you're holding a full tube of toothpaste. You need enough pressure to stop it falling out of your hands, but not so much that the toothpaste starts squeezing out of the top. That's how he wanted me to hold the club. Not loose, not tight, just enough. And looking back, it's quite funny because none of these changes felt particularly dramatic. There wasn't some magical new swing move, there wasn't this secret technique, there wasn't a competitive rebuild, but the results were impossible to ignore. So we'll get to that. Before the lesson, my average 7-iron carry was around 100-yard mark, and consistency was the main issue. After making those changes and spending some time getting comfortable with them, I started seeing carries in the 130 to 140 yard range. Even more surprising was the swing speed data. Before the lesson, I was averaging around 58 miles per hour with a 7-iron. Afterwards, I was regularly seeing numbers between 70 and 75. Not because I'd suddenly become stronger, not because I'd unlocked some hidden athletic ability, but because I was finally putting myself in a position to strike the ball properly. The final piece we looked at was getting my body moving through the shot and finishing with my back foot facing up behind. Now that was probably the hardest thing to take away, because I was already trying to process all these other changes, and for a little bit I found that focusing on that kind of knocked all the other changes to bed. But I had a real great realization when I was practicing on the sim afterwards, that if I pause at the top of my backswing, I kind of organically end up in that position. And I think on reflection, the reason for that is that you're enabling your weight to kind of pause before it shifts momentum, and then it organically goes through the ball. So I was really chuffed with that. It was quite nice to come to that realization on my own as well. So walking away from this lesson, I felt excited, not because I suddenly thought I'd solved golf, and I'm very mindful of being humbled, because there's been a few occasions I've been playing golf and I thought, oh yeah, I've nailed this, I've got this, and then I'm humbled really, really quickly on the course. So I understand what I need to work on. The biggest lesson wasn't really about mechanics at all. It was just a reminder that sometimes the fundamentals matter more than anything else. And before searching for complicated answers, it's probably worth making sure you've got the simple things right first. Hello there. Right, I just wanted to end this video with maybe a bit of honesty. So I recorded this video about a month ago and I edited it at the time, but because of the mic situation, because of the World Cup, I was boozing quite a lot, which I've now gone teetotal on that front. I was kind of not using my time effectively. I was burning out, wasn't exercising as well, wasn't eating as well, and basically wasn't living up to my longer term goal, which is to be a content creator, to make engaging, exciting videos that people want to watch, that doesn't waste their time, that someone looks forward to, like I look forward to my favourite creators. And that's the goal. And I'm aware that to get to that goal, you need to put in a lot of work. You need to be consistent. You need to be uploading regularly. You can't be leaving it 5-6 weeks and doing a half-assed video. So first of all, if you've made it this far, thank you. I know this video is not the best quality. I know that this is not the benchmark, that I want to work a lot harder to bring good videos. So I will be doing that going forward. But also, I'm not asking anyone to subscribe either. There's a lot more work that needs to be done to earn that right, or that request, if you like. So that's key. And the goal going forward, I'll go to Krakow next week, where I'm going to be getting some content for my main channel, a couple of videos that will be coming out of that. And the goal is to upload on this channel every other week, or every week if I can, and on my main channel every 2 weeks. So the goal is that I'm dropping 1 video a week. I do work full time, and I go gym a lot, and I've got other commitments and stuff, but this is something that I really care about. So I've rambled a bit, as I do, and you'll get used to that if you stick around and watch my videos. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to basically say this is not what I want to be putting out going forward. I want to make a lot better quality videos, and also I'm committing to being a lot more consistent. So watch this space. Hopefully see me again if you like the content. But if you watch this and you got this far, don't judge me off this. That's all I'm saying. So thank you. See you in the next one.